Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is another beautiful day. Being in the midst of the pandemic, there's so much stress, right? Between kids being home and the constant presence of people just around you all the time, in addition to the workload working from home. Control what you can control. Worry when you have to worry. Focus on the small moments daily and breathe. Breath work is really, really essential. My mantra, I'm healthy, I'm fit, I'm strong, I'm happy. And I keep saying it and I believe it.
When I was 40 and diagnosed with breast cancer, I was blindsided. I had no hereditary link. And I thought, how does a young, fit mom of two get diagnosed with this, like so many other women these days?
She's a red carpet stunner and a TV veteran, known for hosting Dancing with the Stars and Extra's weekend show.
I'm Samantha Harris.
To the public, she was living her best life. Privately, that wasn't the case.
Being blindsided with a cancer diagnosis at 40 really shook me to the core. Flip your perspective of your plate and fill your plate at least half full with veggies.
Flipping my perspective on snacks like chocolate.
Easy swaps. Dark chocolate, at least 70% cacao. There's less sugar and there's less dairy mixed in.
Samantha, I've learned so much today.
Thank you.
I'm so happy, and you guys should check out this book.
Growing up in Minnesota, it was a slab of meat, front and center, right? That was the focal point, with maybe a little bit of veggies, a little bit of grains. So we need to flip our perspective by flipping our plate.
Better than anyone, we know our bodies. So it's always good to listen to your own gut, listen to your intuition, and listen to your mom. She was in my ear a lot.
Listen to your mom.
My little one, who's 9, is just an avid baker. She now says, Mom, I don't need a recipe and I don't need you. I'm gonna do it myself.
According to the American Psychological Association, actually nearly half of parents, 46%, have basically said that their stress levels on a scale of 10, where 10 is just, I have the most intense amount of stress, they're actually putting it at an 8 right now. And so we have to deal with our mental health, with our stress, with our anxiety. And so through my Your Healthiest Healthy community, I love sharing these tips of how to stress less.
Every time I'm back in this kitchen, I feel like I am truly home, which makes a lot of sense because it is home and family.
We think of you as part of the family for sure.
Love it. I love it. Well, first of all, this is something I'm super excited to share with the family so that, of course, your viewers can share it with their family. So already we're sauteing some yellow onions, all right? So we're gonna add in a little bit of salt, a little pepper, some oregano, dried oregano, stir that around. These are two of my favorite things, garlic and cumin, and I'll tell you why.
Okay, tell me.
First of all, not only are they robust with incredible flavor, but they are nutrition powerhouses. Now we're gonna throw in some green chilies, all right? So throw that in, and what's nice is, again, you just throw everything in. A little bit of lime juice.
Sure.
So the broth is going to come from a vegetable broth. So, you know, oftentimes people will use a chicken broth. What I like about vegetable broth is you can really, truly keep this a plant-based meal. And you also want to add, depending on how much heat you want, add a little either paprika, red pepper, cayenne, and also cloves. A little secret ingredient.
Yeah, by the way, that was surprised me a little bit. So tell me, you know, why you chose just cloves, just because it kind of brings out some...
Yeah, the cloves just adds, it's very little, but it really adds a little additional punch of flavor, which I like. So, and here's the best part. Once everything's combined, 5 minutes on the stove. Make sure with your beans, choose boxed variety, and here's why. So a lot of the cans are lined with something called BPA. I know you're familiar with that. And it's really harmful to our bodies, the more BPA exposure we have. So when we can reduce that, it's great.
1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with invasive breast cancer over the course of her lifetime. And yet, only 5 to 10% of breast cancers are actually hereditary, and mine was not genetic. We did a whole battery of tests. Cancer gave me a gift of a few different things. First of all, it allowed me to cut through the clutter and the BS and the toxic relationships, the things that were really dragging me down. It gave me the perspective to sit back and actually watch the shows that I'm on and the world that I was living in and say, is this good for me? Intermittent fasting basically means that you have a cycle of fasting a longer period of time and then eating. Making sure, though, that it's always nutrient dense and balanced, not eating junk in that window. And a lot of people do it for weight loss, but men tend to have more success with the weight loss.